Time to musk up. Wow.
Alright, so I want to do a quick comparison video between Tom Ford Noir Extreme, and then I have here Tom Ford Noir Parfum. I want to talk about the differences or the lack of differences in this case. I think they're pretty much 98% similar. The Parfum version comes off as less sharp and projects less. It's not as loud. The Parfum version, I find, the same thing that they kind of did with Ombre Leather Parfum. They kind of sharpened and smoothened out the rough edges and kind of made it more palatable. Now, some consider this to be a gourmand, but I don't think it is overly gourmandish, which is why I think I do like it. The beginning is very spicy, but the mid is very floral. I do pick up on some florals as well. And when I smell this, it doesn't smell edible. I still pick up for about the first hour some very musky soapiness from this. When I smell this, I don't smell food necessarily, but I smell a perfume. It's perfumey. The biggest differences that I sense are mainly in the dry down. The Parfum version has an added suede note and more woodiness. Overall, the Tom Ford Noir Extreme comes off as sweeter, more vanillic, more ambery. The original comes off as a spicy amber fragrance, while the Parfum comes off more as a spicy amber woody fragrance. The suede is in there, but very minimal. I had trouble sensing differences in these two fragrances. You really have to smell deep into the fragrance to pick up on them. And to be honest, in the air, I don't think anybody will ever be able to pick up on the differences. They pretty much smell exactly the same in the air. Personally, for me, the longevity is almost identical here. If you have Tom Ford Noir Extreme, then I think you should pass on Tom Ford Noir Parfum. I think it's absolutely redundant to the point that I don't know why they even made it necessarily. It almost feels like they might want to discontinue this and only give you the more expensive version on the market. I don't know. Some say that this has been reformulated. I know this is about 3 years old, this travel spray. And so I think the reformulation was considered to be recent. And so who knows, they weaken the original and then they amp up the newer version, and then eventually they get rid of this one and just give you the more expensive version. I'm not sure. But if you're at the mall and you don't have either, in my case, if I went and I was looking at both of these fragrances at the mall and I smelt them, I would end up going with the Tom Ford Noir Parfum. Just overall, the way I like my fragrances are to be less sweet. I do like spicy fragrances, but towards the dry down, this does get a little bit sweet. I do think it's great for a date or for a night out, Tom Ford Noir Extreme. But I would prefer the added suede and woodiness in the dry down if I was to make a choice. So I hope that helps anybody in their search for Tom Ford Noir Extreme Parfum or Tom Ford Noir Extreme, the original.